Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
Nigeria.
My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game, it's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Tevez, for me, could make the all-important difference. He's a tough little competitor who doesn't take no for an answer, and his shooting power never allows defenders an easy time of it. They cannot afford to back off him.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Ronaldinho will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And here's Tevez.
Tevez really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And it's Van Basten. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Tevez. Oh, it's Van Basten. That is good alertness. That's a lovely, neat pass. That has been slung wide. And it's Messi. Nigeria still without a single shot on target. Gullit. Haaland! They would have been quick to recover there. Oh, he's been caught napping. Deep cross.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Ronaldinho. Can he get it through? Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Del Piero. Here's Vitinha. Plays a sharp little ball here.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Ronaldinho. Messi. Thuram. Vitinha. And it's Thuram. Puyol. Cannavaro. And he's had it nicked away. Gullit defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. And here's Van Basten. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. That's a cute ball. That's really well cleared. Vitinha and Puyol. And it's Tevez. Now it's Ronaldinho, and he's worked it through. Oh, good take in a good area. Oh, shooting chance! Goal, Italy! The breakthrough strike. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
So we have our breakthrough.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Ronaldinho. Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Well, that's clear-cut, it's a free kick. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket, it's just a stern lecture. And it's Bergomi. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some.
Nigeria truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Now it's Van Basten. Van Dijk cannot be beaten that easily. Tries to pass it through. Pass is just off target. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
He's picked his way through. And the shot! It's in! And they're at it again in double quick time. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Tevez demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you could have...
And it's half-time here. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Substitution for Nigeria, number 14, Erling Haaland.
Here we go again.
Coming
then.
on the field is
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Chance for a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Played in by Son Heung-min. Real chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And that's not going to trouble anybody. It's a really well-measured ball. Now it's Yamal. Now it's Van Basten. Now then, the ball's come loose. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldinho. Oh, some tackle that. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Ronaldinho has created one goal already.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Cannavaro. Tries to crash through the challenge, but no. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Pullet cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Nigeria do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. McTominay, that is a great pick out. Might be danger here. Whistle's gone, that's a foul.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle. Messi! It's run loose, who's going to get there? And he's picked it up out wide. Shot could be on. Decent chance! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Ronaldinho. Now it's Van Basten. Played out to the right. Yamal gets into a good position. Backward it goes. Ronaldinho has got himself a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Substitution for Nigeria.
Great chance here from position A1.
Well, the goalkeeper needs to have everything to his liking, and he's barking out the orders now.
Didier Drogba.
Del Piero! That was travelling.
Well, it wasn't a bad effort. I mean, you could see his intention. It just needed a bit more curl and bend to take it away from the goalkeeper.
Del Piero with the short one. Del Piero. Oh, that's neat. It's a foul, it's in the box, it's a penalty. Nigeria really could have done without this. Courtois looking to stare down to unsettle the taker. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
A case now of complete control. And it's Gullit. And he's surging through. Knocks it into space. McTominay. And this is Drogba. It's a good ball out wide. And this is Ronaldo. Ronaldinho. Now it's Van Basten. Spread out to the left. Now it's Ronaldinho. Great defending, strong and determined. Ronaldo is onto it in a flash. Messi tries a measured ball. And the shot! Goal! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? That's an untidy challenge, free kick given. And he has shown him a yellow card. Played it back.
Well, he just didn't have any support.
McTominay. Some good work on the right flank here. It's a searching pass. Aims beyond. Shoots! It's there! Late drama! Late goal! This will be one frantic ending! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Nigeria give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing.
There will be 5 minutes.
Italy
added time.
really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Well read, nice interception. Yamal couldn't squeeze it through. Deep into stoppage time. Nesta. That's gone for a throw-in. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. And we're done. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. Well, after all of that,
Just a
Jim,
quick
what are you
announcement.
thinking?
It is now time
Look,
for
Peter,
our
a
special
strength in
lottery.
any team
Please
has to
grab
be
the
at
tickets
the
you were
heart of
given
your
when you were walking
defence,
through the gates.
and I'm afraid they were found wanting in that department.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Well, 2014-15 certainly provided some terrific highlights for Lionel Messi's career showreel. Many claimed it was his best season ever. He did, of course, win the treble, and Jim, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that.
Well, one of the pinnacles of his club career, Peter.
And what stood out for you?
His performance against Madrid's other team was just stunning, especially when you look back that they played him 6 times the previous season and didn't win once. So he just took them apart with his usual ruthless efficiency.
Del Piero looking to penetrate opposition lines. Gullit is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Vitinha chasing after it. Neymar. Gullit. Might be danger. Rummenigge! That was superb goalkeeping.
Rummenigge really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Nigeria are looking to go forward now. And the counter is on. Now it's Gullit. Gullit unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, they can break here. Rummenigge. Gullit. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Messi. First quarter of an hour gone. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well played right into his path. Messi is on his own. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's an excellent interception. Aimed beyond the defence. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And it's Messi. Nicely shaped ball. Good read, needed to be.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Nesta promptly onto that, and that is that. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Araujo tries to play it through, and he was alert to it. Back in possession and ready to go again. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Nigeria, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase, and of course those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. McTominay. Oh, good spread. Now it's McTominay. And he was quick to react. Rummenigge knocks it into space. And he welcomes it in. Real chance! It's there! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Passing is crisp and sharp, and he's cut it out. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Bergomi. Now he's off and running. Vitinha.
There will be 1 minute at
And
a
that's
time.
well seen too. Araujo goes steaming forward. Gullit. Del Piero. And it's Roberto Carlos. And the referee brings the first half to a close. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
And we'd like to inform you now that the latest travel information is currently being displayed on the screen. Substitution for Nigeria, number 3, Del Piero. Coming on to replace him is number 11, Son Heung-min. Substitution.
Here we go again then.
Nigeria really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Nicely weighted ball. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Played in by Albert Ferrer. Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
And this is Ronaldo. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And Messi! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Great vision. That's a nicely shaped ball. Eto'o picks it up out wide. Gullit. Araujo did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Nigeria can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Gullit. And it's Roberto Carlos. He's found a way through. Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. Son Heung-min with the cross.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Araujo did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Gullit really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Messi. Your impression so far, Jim?
Nigeria are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
He's a sharp little ball here. Well timed, excellent interception. Driven forward.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Now it's Messi. And it's Gullit. Roberto Carlos.
Nigeria seem happy to bash their heads against the brick wall, Peter. That central route forward is just a no-go zone.
Now it's Gullit. That has been slung wide. Gullit looks to get on the end of this. Gullit finds himself offside. Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Coming on the field is number 18, Van Basten. Substitution in progress.
Gives it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Nigeria must do something here and very quickly.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
Roberto Carlos. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Nigeria really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Rui Costa gets a foot in here. McTominay. And he's there to belt it away. That's the end. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest.
Those of you making their way home on
How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
It's just a bad day in the office, Peter. They look below par in all areas, and it has to be...
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And already we're underway here. Well, we all know of Johan Cruyff as the father of total football, but what can we expect from him on the pitch, Jim?
He'll be the conductor, Peter, making sure that his team create space and make good use of it.
Oh, shooting chance! What a wonderful goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Shot a goal! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Messi deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Oh, just skips past his man. Brilliantly cut out.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that.
Messi! Oh, lots on that one, but he couldn't find the target. Rummenigge might just make this. And it's Roberto Carlos. Vitinha does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Neymar, and he's intervened well there. Courtois punts it upfield. Nigeria leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. McTominay. Roberto Carlos. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. McTominay kept his eye on it, and he's there. Looking to play him in. And there's green grass ahead of him. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well, nicely intercepted. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
No foul, says the referee. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Looking for options for movement.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And that's been won straight back.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Albert Ferrer cuts out the pass. Now it's Cruyff. Nicely weighted ball. McTominay promptly onto that, and that is that. McTominay, a player who needs no introduction. Nigeria ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Can he get on the end of this? Expertly cut out, really nicely done. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Pinches it off him. Now it's Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Cruyff. Albert Ferrer. Vitinha. He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. And he's going to have his name taken.
Yeah, it would seem a little too far out, and this will probably be a dink far post.
Great strike, but the keeper's equal to it. And that's definitely not his best. Now it's Cruyff. Now he's off and running. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Messi hangs in a cross. He's had a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And it's Vitinha. Looking here to chip it through. Araujo deals with that comfortably. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Can he finish? Oh, split-second reaction.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. The taker has to look for options, because an aerial supply...
He's got full! In for the pieces! In he goes again! It's a foul, it's in the box, it's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Real pressure penalty, this. A formality, we're level. Not much more than a formality.
Well, he dipped into a world of focus then and dismissed any distraction.
Chance! Danger averted for now. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Nigeria are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score.
Substitution for Nigeria, number 19, Ronald Araujo. Coming on the field is number 17, Lilian Thuram. Substitution.
And that's the second half started. That is good alertness. Great vision. Thuram plays it all the way forward. Cannavaro. And he welcomes it in. He has found a way through. And the shot! Superb goal!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What
Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, and that is really good tenacity.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And he gets rid in a hurry. Del Piero. He's had a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Probing pass. And he cuts out the supply. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And it's Ronaldinho. Cristiano Ronaldo being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
And this is Ronaldo. Nigeria needing a change of fortune here. Now, what about a counter-attack?
The attendance for this match was 80,113.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now then, the ball's come loose. Turns back here, probably the best option. Pull it, and here's Cristiano Ronaldo. McTominay, and here's Hullet. Nigeria shoots! It's a goal! It's level again! What a match we have!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of it.
He's having a go! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
He's a sharp little ball here. He's found a way through. Messi. Now it's Eto'o. Now it's Messi. Ronaldo is herring after that one. Now it's Eto'o. Eto'o. Can he finish? Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Eto'o actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
That's a decent clearance. Nigeria are looking to go forward now. That has ended up in no man's land. And it's Del Piero. He's shifting through the gears here. And it's made it, and he shoots! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Substitution for Nigeria.
Number 2 then.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Coming on to replace him is number 18.
He gets big!
Substitution
Off the post!
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
He is through here. That's going to go a long way. Nesta. And this is Eto'o. It's Eto'o! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Eto'o has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Substitution for Nigeria. Number 6.
Nigeria making another change here.
Number 3. Del Piero. Coming on the field. Number 21. Johan Cruyff.
Nigeria are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Cruyff, and they can counter here. Nigeria looking to pass their way through. And they're quick to get it back. Now it's Eto'o. And the shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Roberto Carlos. It's a searching pass.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
There will be
Can he get it through?
Time.
Foden in acres of space out wide. Roberto Carlos.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And this is Van Basten. Roberto Carlos demonstrating his defensive quality there. Well, that is one way to stop him. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being...
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Nesta calmly anticipates. Nicely spread. That's been slipped through. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Haaland! And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Tries to get it clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Neymar. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Real chance! Off the post! Not the most accurate pass. Fabio Cannavaro, Jim. Some people credit him with making defending fashionable again.
I didn't know it had gone out of fashion, Peter, but yeah, his exploits certainly led to the guys at the back getting a bit more credit.
Yeah, and I'm sure for you that's a very welcome development.
And long overdue.
Looking to play him in. Roberto Carlos. Nesta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now that looks a decent ball. And Messi! It's anyone's ball now. Rummenigge, and the through ball. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And there's green grass ahead of him. Haaland! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Haaland looks to get on the end of this. And it's Gullit. Now this could... And a chance! Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Gullit. Passing is crisp and sharp. Gullit. Albert Ferrer gets it away. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Nedved. It's played through for him. Shot a goal! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip. Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves...
Takes a shot! Oh, it's hit the post! Oh, that was a half-decent effort. And that has left him in a heap. Now it's Neymar. Now it's Nedved. Roberto Carlos. He's a sharp little ball here. Roberto Carlos has it out wide and in space. Nesta getting this one clear. Messi. Can he get on the end of Now it's Neymar. Knocks it into space. And this is Nedved. It's Nedved! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Big header! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
In towards the back stick. And he's there to clear it. Messi. Oh, this looks sharp.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Araujo. And it's played forward. Beckenbauer. And it's Neymar. Nedved. He's away. And he shoots! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Nedved really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
It's their second corner of the game. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Driving through the middle. And the finish!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
McTominay. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. He's picked his way through. Decent chance! A really close shave, and the last action of the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0.
Substitutions taking place.
And the second half gets underway. Both sides defensively robust up to now.
Well, the moans and groans from the stand.
Neymar! They've scored!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
And that's it. That was always inevitable.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught.
He's had a shot! Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Neymar, can he finish? Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Neymar is offering a right smile there.
Roberto Carlos, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nicely weighted ball. And the shot! Oh, taken with style. A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So that's two now without reply.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he stands tall, impenetrable. Haaland being hunted in packs.
Well, this
is having a shot! Sticks it away! Just one goal in it now! Game on! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Haaland demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Nigeria get themselves back into contention.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Mohamed Salah. Now it's Neymar. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And here's Gullit. Haaland. Oh, good take in a good area.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And here's Haaland. Now it's Gullit. Now it's Messi. Nesta gets good distance on it. Played with finesse. Oh, important interception.
Nigeria really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Oh, that pass isn't the best. This looks promising. And this is Messi. Chance! And the lead stays intact, just.
Messi absolutely knew he could ill afford to miss that.
And the pass is intercepted. And here's Neymar. And it's Albert Ferrer. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Nigeria are in a tearing hurry to save themselves here.
Look, their path is set.
Shapes to shoot! Oh, it's come loose. And he's gone looking for safety. And it's Roberto Carlos. Bergomi gets over and intercepts. And this is Messi, aimed beyond the defence. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. McTominay. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Cannavaro gets it away. Romario looking understandably energised after his goal. And this is Mohamed Salah. And he's managed to get free.
Has been indicated.
Nesta. And he's quick to snatch it back.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Driving on and making good progress. And we're done. Nigeria can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow. They gave it their all, but ultimately they have fallen just short against an opponent prepared to go toe-to-toe until the end.
This is a lost children's announcement.
Would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, the game plan for me just looked a little confused, and the crowd seemed to pick up on this early on, and it just created a kind of negative vibe around the whole stadium, and I think this performance was one best deleted from the memory bank now.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.